Hi, my name is Nur Izzadana Mirza Amri with metric number 1211221. In this presentation, I will present about on the definitions of cultured meat. A first definition by Trich 2021, cultured meat involves the production of meat outside of the animal and in vitro. Specifically, cultured meat is produced from animal cells cultured in a crop medium in a bioreactor rather than being directly sourced from slaughtered animals. The second definition by Kumbro and Demin 2004, cultured meat is defined as a new novel food obtained by proliferating and differentiating stem cells taken by biopsy from live animals under anesthesia in the laboratory environment. They also name artificial meat, cell culture meat, in vitro meat, lab meat, synthetic meat, and clean meat. Next, my friend will explain on the production process.
Culture production begins with a small sample of animal muscle cells. These cells are then isolated and placed in bioreactors, essentially controlled environment that provide optimal conditions for growth. Within these bioreactors, a nutrient-rich broth nourish the cell, allowing them to multiply. Specific signals can even be used to encourage the cell to differentiate into muscle or fat cells, similar to how cells specialize their body. Some techniques utilize scaffold to provide structure to the ground tissue, mimicking the natural architecture of meat. Finally, the cultured meat is harvested, processed, and prepared for consumption. This innovative process offers the potential to produce meat that is similar in taste and texture to conventionally raised meat, but with a significantly reduced environmental footprint and no animal involvement. While still in its early stage, cultured meat production holds promise for a more sustainable and ethical future of meat consumption.
Cultured meat offers a revolutionary approach to meat production with several potential benefits over traditional animal agriculture. First, reduce environmental impact. Livestock farming is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emission, deforestation, and water pollution. Cultured meat requires significantly less land and water compared to traditional animal agriculture. Second, enhance food safety. Cultured meat is produced in sterile environment, minimizing the risk of foodborne illness like E. coli and Salmonella. Third, dietary flexibility, where it could be tailored to contain specific nutrient or fats catering to dietary needs and preference. Lastly, increased food security. It can be produced anywhere, which can help reduce reliance on traditional agriculture methods that are vulnerable to climate change and disruption. This could lead to more stable food security globally.
There are several challenges and drawbacks of cultured meat. The first one is high production cost. The process requires specialized facilities, technologies, and skilled personnel, which contribute to higher production costs. Second, consumer acceptance. Some people might be hesitant because of worries about flavor, texture, and the idea that the cultured meat is unnatural. Since blood vessels, nerves, intramuscular fats, and connective tissue plays a significant role for the taste of cultured meat might be different compared to traditional meat. The third one is its effect on health. Safety concerns surround cell cultured meat as a relatively new and unproven technology. Since cultured meat has only been around for a few years, the long-term health implications of the cultured meat are yet unknown, despite the fact that traditional meat consumption has been documented for generations. The last one is nutritional difference. Cultured meat may not contain all the same nutrient as traditional meat, or may have varying nutrient amounts, potentially leading to deficiencies if consumed in large quantities.
Next, cultured meat contributes to food sustainability in several ways. First, it provides consistent and healthy meat year-round with configurable nutrition content. This is crucial as the global population approaches over 9 billion by 2050, meeting the growing demand for protein. Second, cultured meat is climate resilient. Global warming causes extreme weather that disrupt crops and reduce food availability in traditional farming system. Cultured meat stability ensures a continuous meat supply unaffected by environmental factors. Lastly, cultured meat address limited land availability in developed countries. Urbanization and industrial growth reduce land for traditional farming. Cultured meat produced in controlled environment ensures a reliable meat supply without extensive agricultural land.
In terms of its environmental impact, cultured meat can reduce land use since it is grown in bioreactors with the compact facilities, significantly reducing land use and preserving natural habitats and biodiversity. Other than that, it also lowers the greenhouse gas emission since cultured meat emits significantly less methane since it avoids animal digestion. Although there are carbon dioxide emissions from the energy used in production, this can be mitigated with renewable energy sources. It also decreases water use since cultured meat requires water mainly for the growth media, but this is substantially less than traditional livestock farming. Efficient recycling within the production system can further reduce water use. Then, it also leads to biodiversity preservation by reducing large-scale animal farming. Cultured meat helps protect natural habitats, resulting in less deforestation and preserving ecosystems that support diverse species. Lastly, it also will reduce pollution since cultured meat production generates less waste, primarily from cell culture media, which can be effectively managed and treated.
Now we move to the impact of cultured meat on animal welfare. Cultured meat production eliminates the need for slaughtering animals, which means it prevents the significant pain and suffering associated with traditional meat production methods. This innovative process ensures that animals are spared from the immense stress of farming practices and slaughter. Moreover, cultured meat can significantly reduce the environmental impact by helping to preserve natural habitats. It benefits entire ecosystem and supports diverse animal populations. Another advantage is the lower risk of zoonotic diseases which can be transmitted from animals to humans, thereby making our food supply much safer and healthier.
Islamic perspective about culture meats. There is ongoing debate within the community regarding whether culture meat is halal or not. The determination of its halal status involves several considerations. For the first source of the tissue used for culture meat must come from the animal that are halal to eat according to Sharia law. The tissue extraction should not involve part of the animal that are considered najis, such as blood and feces. For the second is about toyib and safety. The safety of consuming culture meat must to be ensured. If the meat culture can cause harm to the consumer, its consumption is prohibited. In Al-Quran, every food is considered halal except what has forbidden by Sharia, such as an animal not slaughtered according to Sharia, blood, pork, and other. Surah Al-Ma'idah verse 3. There also have several ayat in Quran that answer the question about the culture meat, is it halal or not. For the first one is, if the tissue is taken from the body of an animal, then the animal must be classified as halal to eat, such as a cow, goat, and must be slaughtered according to the Islamic law. Surah Al-Ma'idah verse 5. For the second is additionally, if the tissue is taken from milk, it must come from the animal whose meat is halal to eat, otherwise it is forbidden. Surah An-Nahl verse 66. Meanwhile, taking tissue from the blood of animal, whether from the halal or haram animals, slaughtered or not, remain prohibited. This is because blood is impure and forbidden to eat. Surah Al-Ma'idah verse 3. And the last one is taken tissue from the sea animals is halal to eat. This is because sea animals are categorized as halal to consume even if they are not slaughtered like land animal. Therefore, using cell from them to produce culture meat is halal because the original source is halal. Surah Al-Ma'idah verse 96.
Cultured meat is a new technology and there are questions about whether it is halal. This is because it's grown from animal cells. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ offered guidance in a hadith narrated by Imam At-Tirmizi. The slaughter of the fetus follows the slaughter of the mother. This means if an animal is slaughtered correctly, even its unborn young are considered halal. Another relevant hadith, also narrated by Imam At-Tirmizi, states, anything that is cut from livestock while it is still alive, then it it is a carcass. Traditionally, these meant parts removed before proper slaughter were unclean. However, in cultured meat production, the cells are separated after the animal is slaughtered according to Islamic law. So, these hadiths help us understand that cultured meat can be halal as long as the source animal is slaughtered following Islamic guidelines and the cells are extracted after the slaughter. This applies to both land and aquatic animals. In short, with proper procedure, cultured meat can be a halal option for Muslim consumers.
Okay, next we move on to the Islamic scholar. The first perspective is from Dr. Sheikh Mustafa Sari, the former Grand Mufti of Bosnia and Herzegovina, has discussed the potential for cultured meat to be considered halal under certain conditions. He emphasized the importance of ensuring that the cells and growth media are derived from halal source. He believes that if these conditions are met, cultured meat can be considered halal. Next is by Dr. Hani Mansur Al-Masdi, a researcher and expert in food science and technology with a focus on halal food, has provided extensive insights into the consideration for cultured meat. He stresses the need for compliance with Islamic dietary laws throughout the production process, including the verification of animal cells and ensuring the absence of haram substance in the growth media. And the last perspective is by the Assembly of Muslim Jurists of America, AMJA, has scholars who provide fatwas on contemporary issues, including biotechnology and food productions. They have begun addressing the ethical and religious implications of cultured meat, examining its production methods and alignment with Islamic principles. The analysis is crucial for guiding the Muslim community on this matter.
Now, we move to the second point of view in ethical consideration, which is animal rights. There are 3 points that will be considered about using cultured meat by follow animal rights. Firstly, reduction of animal suffering. Cultured meat is made without killing animals, which can reduce their suffering compared to the traditional farming and slaughtering methods. Second, the exploitation of animal cell. As we can see, cultured meat requires taking cell from animals, which can cause them discomfort. This raises concerns about using animal ethically even if it's just for their cell without harm the animal itself. Last but not least, the potential to shift perception of animal use in our society. If cultured meat becomes popular, it might change how people think about using animals. This could support animal rights movement, but also might still treat animals mainly as resources. That's all.
Cultured meat offers several environmental benefits over conventional meat production, notably in reducing greenhouse gas emission, enhancing resource efficiency, and decreasing deforestation. Traditional livestock farming is a significant source of methane and nitrous oxide, with beef production responsible for about 14.5% of all anthropogenic greenhouse gas emission. Cultured meat could cut this emission by up to 96%, as it eliminates the need for large-scale animal farming. In terms of resource efficiency, production of beef requires tremendous amount of water, while cultured meat uses less water and significantly less land, by avoiding the need for grazing and feed crops. And lastly, deforestation for pasture land and feed crops, particularly in the Amazon, contribute to the significant biodiversity loss and carbon release. Cultured meat production reduces this need, helping preserve forests, crucial for carbon sequestration and ecosystem stability.
Next, we look at the social implications for cultured meat. For cultured meat to be realized as an ethically acceptable solution, it would need to be accessible as a consumable product for people from all economic backgrounds, and this equality is also required at the production level. This is primarily due to the raising concerns that cultured meat production will only elevate the global north power over the food system and further support their domination in the global food industry. Therefore, it should be a task at the early stages of development to ensure cultured meat's benefits could be enjoyed equally by people from all across the globe.
In conclusion, cultured meat presents a revolutionary advancement with the potential to transform the food industry. By producing meat through cellular agriculture rather than traditional animal farming, it offers several significant benefits. Cultured meat can enhance food security, dietary flexibility, and food safety while reducing environmental impacts and improving animal welfare. However, the technology faces challenges such as high production costs, consumer acceptance issue and concerns about the nutritional differences and health impact. Ensuring the halal status of cultured meats is crucial for Muslim consumers. For cultured meat to be ethically viable and widely accepted, it must be made accessible to people from all economic backgrounds and avoid reinforcing global inequalities in the food system.